Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats. I'm your host, Earl Basden, at the windswept National Sports Center. I'm along with my co-host, Juggling Jay. Jason, it's quite breezy up here. Well, we have an action-packed show for you here tonight. We have cricket, of course, the Rugby World Classic, and much more sports after a message from our sponsor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, Bermuda finished the ICC Division 4 tournament in 4th place, staying in Division 4 for yet another year. Your thoughts on them actually staying, and what's the benefits of them staying in Division 4?
Well, first of all, the team that we took out there, I think, probably overachieved in some areas. I think the coach now has an idea of what we're dealing with. We spoke about it on previous shows. We were taking a very young side, even though we had a couple of veterans that are probably look at the wounds, aka D-. But in saying that, I think now that he can actually build a team around the crop of players that he's got. Also come back here and probably even try to do some more recruiting. But in saying that, compared to, they were in almost every match. So it wasn't like nobody outright destroyed us. So I think realistically, we're probably where we should be, realistically.
Just thinking about it, the coach's contract would have now ended. He had a 1-year contract. How soon do you think, if they're going to keep him, should he be told? And then what's the plan going forward?
Well, I'm pretty sure the BCB will obviously have a plan as far as the next tournament, or I should say the next commitment. And I think that's where we have to start. What is our next commitment? Because I think that's where we have to get the buy-in from the players and all the, everybody that's involved. What's the plan going forward? Because obviously you're talking maybe 2 years for this next tournament to rise up again, so we can move up to another level. But in saying that, we have to form a team that's going to be able to challenge to go up. Because now you're talking about, I'm not sure who actually came up, because 2 teams did come up to our division. But we know now it's going to be the Denmarks, and on the day we're fighting against each other. I'm pretty sure they're going to be hoping to improve on what they've done. Also Italy, I'm pretty sure they're going to be hoping to improve what they've done, even though they'll be dropped a bit, but I think they might have a tournament prior to us to come up. So these are the things that we have to look at as far as going forward. Once we do that, get all this, everybody's involved, then we sit down with the team and let's look at players who are willing to commit that amount of time. Because I'm be honest with you, Earl, with the pool of players, it's going to be hard to convince players to wait around for 2 years. Especially if you're talking about some players who are, let's say, getting up in age. How do they go about hanging around for 2 years? So I think that's what we have to rely on now. And good thing is we have some nice youngsters that are coming through. And we look at players like CJ Outerbridge, who really, really excelled in this tournament. Some hope.
Well, one thing's for sure, Jay, we have to work on the domestic game. That needs to improve. There was a lot of talk about the wicket here at the National Sports Center, but that needs to be played on as well. So I think we have to look and do some soul searching domestically before we can improve, or before we will improve internationally.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's where it all starts from. Not only just domestically on the bigger front, but also our clubs. We have to get the structure within the clubs, so then it makes it easier when they get to the national program. And I think that's where even a lot of the coaches are struggling in the national programs, because they're not just teaching strategies and stuff, they're teaching a lot of basic stuff, which should be done in our club system. We're having many coaches now getting their licenses and certificates and on. And we're being notified, by ICC as developmental. We're winning these awards, so we now need to transform those awards now into the stuff that's actually on the field at these clubs. Once we do that, I think we have set a good foundation. So when we want to go to a tournament, we're ready to go. Unfortunately, we can call up 50 guys, but out of the 50, think about it.
Well, let's look at the numbers from the tour in Los Angeles. Bermuda's total of 312 for 8 against Jersey was the tournament's top score. Bermuda recorded the second highest win margin by runs with 85 over Jersey. Kamal Levrock missed out on being the top overall scorer for the tournament by 6 runs after scoring 236 runs. O.J. Pitcher was 15th with 156 runs. Levrock led the way with the highest individual score of 137 against Jersey, while Pitcher had the 18th highest score of 63 against the same team. Levrock and Pitcher had a tournament-best first-wicket partnership of 211, while Jordan De Silva and Danico Hollis had the best 8th-wicket partnership of 60 against Denmark, and Pitcher and C.J. Utterbridge shared the top 10th-wicket stand of 35. Utterbridge claimed a total of 11 wickets to lead the Bermuda attack, which was good enough for 6th overall in the tournament. Utterbridge's figures of 7.2 overs, 5 for 25 against Jersey saw him finish with the second-best bowling figures in an inning. De Silva finished with the 8th-best figures of 9.1 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 23. Dion Stovall, Gennaro Tucker, and Trey Manders finished with 4 catches each, which was tied for second. Overall, Bermuda batting averages saw Kamal Levrock lead the way with 39.33. O.J. Pitcher was 39. Jordan De Silva was 30. Dion Stovall was 25.60. Dalray Rollins was 24. Danico Hollis was 18.50. Gennaro Tucker was 17.83. Trey Manders was 17.66 with Stephen Bremer 16.20. Dean Miners was 16. Brian Hall was 8.33, Greg Mabry 3.50, and Jordan Smith was 3.00. C.J. Utterbridge was not given a average. The most runs scored for Bermuda was Kamal Levrock with 236. O.J. Pitcher had 156. Dion Stovall scored 128. Gennaro Tucker was 107, but ahead of him was Jordan De Silva with 120. Trey Manders scored 106. Dalray Rollins was 96. Stephen Bremer, 81. Dean Miners, 48. Danico Hollis was 37. C.J. Utterbridge was 28. Brian Hall, 14. Greg Mabry, 7. And Jordan Smith was on 3. Bermuda's most wickets saw C.J. Utterbridge grab 11 overall. Jordan De Silva and Gennaro Tucker took 5 wickets each. Greg Mabry, Dalray Rollins, and Dion Stovall took 4 wickets each, while Brian Hall and Jordan Smith took 2. O.J. Pitcher grabbed 1 wicket. O.J., there are the numbers, the youngsters standing out in a lot of areas, but the fact that we could possibly come together with other small nations such as ours to try and improve internationally is something that I think we should be hoping that the board around their table should be looking into.
What is the next direction?
Well, again, when we introduced the show, we said we were at the Windswept National Sports Center, the 2016 World Rugby Classic. We've had 2 days of action. Let's get that report. The defending champions Classic Lions on the opening day opened the defense of their title with a 38-7 win over Italy. The Classic Lions got 3 tries from Richie Carter, while Marco Wenzel, James Cockrell, Sheree Sweeney all scored tries to go along with 4 conversions. Italy's lone try came when Alessio Giorgini went over the line. Greg Preens kicked the conversion. In the second match, Egon Seconds, Monty Dumont, and Mark Watson all scored a try for South Africa, while Mark McSweeney and Cole Hendrickson scored a try each for Canada, as South Africa defeated Canada 17-14. The following night, Argentina advanced to the Classic semifinals following their 33-14 win over the United States. Argentina took the lead with 22:30 on the clock when Lucas Boris went over for a try, but the conversion was missed, leaving the score at 5-0. The lead was doubled with 7:20 remaining on the clock when Nicolas Brazzoni went over, and when Santiago van der Gut kicked the conversion, it took the score to 12-0 in favor of Argentina. With 3 minutes on the clock for the first half, Argentina moved to 17-0 when Federico Serena scored a try and Van der Gut kicked the conversion. 2 minutes into the second half, Argentina went up 26-0 with a try from Van der Gut, and he also added the conversion. USA finally got on the board with 20 minutes remaining in the second half when Fred Wintermetal went over for a try. Matthew Logerdus kicked the conversion to make it 26-7. With 13 minutes remaining, Argentina would put the game out of reach when German Wilmau went over for a try. Van der Gut added the conversion, making it 33-7. But USA would score the last try of the game when Louis Titlo went over for a try, and the conversion was good, making the final score 33-14. The nightcap went later than anticipated for a few reasons. Firstly, there was stoppage time for some 10 minutes as Maddox attended to Francis Alexandre Aubert, who was down with a suspected broken leg and was taken off the field on a stretcher to an awaiting ambulance and off to the hospital. Minutes after this took place, with only a few minutes remaining on the clock in the first half, the heavens opened, sending the crowd looking for shelter. Earlier in the match, New Zealand had taken a 7-0 lead when Selena Masahu went over for a try. William Walker kicked the conversion. With rain hammering down, New Zealand doubled their lead with Paul Miller going over for a try. Walker would kick the extras, making it 14-0. France would score the lone try of the second half as Romuald Moreu went over for a try, and Andre Hoff kicked the conversion, making the final score 14-7, with New Zealand advancing to the Classic semi-final.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Full slate of Premier and First Division action took place over the weekend, Jay. Some surprises, some disappointments for some clubs, but football is full of steam right now.
Yes.
Your Pigs and Zebras are doing well. The Rams are hanging in the Premier Division. Only one team undefeated in the First Division. Let's get the report of the matches played this weekend. 27 goals were scored in the 10 Premier and First Division League games this past weekend. We now take a look at the results and the leading goal scorers as well as standings for the season thus far. On Saturday night at the BAA Field in Premier Division action, it was Robin Hood 1, Devonshire Colts 0. On Sunday in the Premier Division, it was the Dandytown Hornets 2, Somerset Eagles 2, North Village Rams 2, Somerset Trojans 0. Devonshire Cougars 3, Flanagan's Onions 1, and Boulevard Blazers 0, PHC Zebras 3. On Saturday night in the first division, it was BAA 0, Crossroads 1, and then on Sunday it was St. George's Colts 0, Hamilton Parish 0, St. David's 0, Southampton Rangers 1, Wolves 7, Island Rangers 0, Paget Lions 1, Young Man Social Club 3. The PHC Zebras and North Village Rams are the league leaders. Both have 13 points, with the PHC Zebras holding a goal difference edge of +9. North Village Rams are +8. Robin Hood are in third with 11 points. Shane Hollis continues to lead the Premier Division goal-scoring department with 10 goals. Ian Coke from the Boulevard Blazers has 6 goals on the season, and Sequoia Robinson from the PHC Zebras has 4 goals. In the first division, it is Young Man Social Club, now the only undefeated team in the league with 15 points from 5 games. St. David's hold the second place spot with 12 points, while Crossroads are in third with 10 points. James Pace from St. David's and Tyrell Burgess from BAA have both found the back of the net 6 times to lead the league in the goal-scoring department. Clay Darrow from Young Man Social Club has 5 goals, and Jakari Furbert from BAA has 4 goals thus far on the season. Turning to Corona League action, Lock and Key defeated Butterfield and Vallis 8-2. Shakir Smith scored 5 times to lead Lock and Key to the victory over Butterfield and Vallis. Lock and Key also got single strikes from Stephen Aswood, Michael Williams, and Jamal Boyles, while Reggie Lowe and Dennis Russell scored a goal each for Butterfield and Vallis. Robin Hood got 2 goals from Matt Medeiros and single strikes from Jake Fox and Richard Ponte as they defeated the Footy Kings 4-2. Vasco and BAA played to a 2-2 draw. Richard Medeiros and Rui Sebastio found the back of the net for Vasco, while Tommy Rigo scored twice for BAA. Flanagan's Onions and West End United played to a 3-3 draw. Lamar Crofton, Dylan De Silva, and Trevor Corday all scored a goal each for West End United, while Kevin Ronaldson scored twice for Flanagan's Onions, and V Panic added the other. Well, from senior football to junior football, the Middle School Sports Federation held their primary and middle school six-a-side tournament at Shelley Bay. Summersfield Academy defeated St. George's Preparatory 3-1 to claim the primary school boys six-a-side title. Summersfield got 2 goals from Aiden Gardner. St. George's pulled one back through Brendan Burrows before Jay Johnson would put the game out of St. George's reach. Summersfield had defeated Salters Grammar 2-1 in the semifinal. Summersfield were awarded 2 penalties in the game, while Nathan DaCosta scored the lone goal for Salters. St. George's reached the final after a penalty shootout win over Elliott Primary. Tyler Whitehead had given Elliott a 1-0 lead, while Yanis Roberts equalized for St. George's Pratt. West Pembroke edged Summersfield Academy in the B Division final on kicks from the penalty mark after a high-paced final could not produce a goal during regulation time. West Pembroke had recruits to the final following a 6-0 win over Warwick Academy in their semifinal. Kamani Davis led the attack with a hat-trick. Other scores were Daiko Levrock, Zani Burgess, and Mackay Moore. Summersfield defeated Harrington Sound in the other semifinal in a shootout after a goalless draw. Well, let's get a report on Dave Trey, the latest round of the cross-country series, as well as the Finality 5K. Dej Miners finished 4th, taking part in the NCAA Division II East Regional Cross Country Championships, thus advancing to the NCAA Division II Nationals. Miners led Franklin Pierce men's team to 4th place overall as a team with a combined time of 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 7 seconds. Miners covered the 10K route in a time of 31:47.5, finishing 42 seconds behind winner Keely Kolowski. Morehouse cross-country standout Trey Simons finished 7th overall in the NCAA Division II South Regional Championships. However, Simons' success wasn't enough to lift Morehouse higher than 14th place in the 17-team field. Simons did, however, qualify for the NCAA Division II Nationals. Simons clocked a time of 32:11. The latest Bermuda National Athletic Association cross-country event, which was hosted by Swans Running Club, took place at the Arboretum with a very challenging course. Diane Grant won the girls under 9 2-mile run with a time of 13:11. Jake Brislane won the under-12 boys 2-mile run with a time of 12:27. Paris Mitchell Robinson was second in 12:41.5, and Taj Goda was third in 12:41.9. Jasmine Hasselkuss won the under-12 girls race in a time of 14:03.6. Catherine Bean Rosario was second in 14:37.9, and Amaya Harvey was third in 14:58.5. Selah Tuzo won the under-14 girls 3-mile run in a time of 21:50.9. Jade Johnston was second in a time of 22:15.20, and Jazari Tolbert was third in a time of 22:17.34. In the under-17 girls 3-mile race, Ashley Irby crossed the line first in a time of 19:52.6. Kerry Palmer was second in 23:01.7, and Michaela Otterbridge was third in 23:07.3. The girls' under-23-mile run saw Brianna Mendez cross the line first in 20:54.6. The open women's 3-mile run saw Gail Lindsay run to victory in 20:15.8. Aliyah Oswald was second in 24:44.9. In the Masters women's 3-mile run, Alyssa Hancock was first in a time of 20:58.6. Rebecca Shepard was second in 21:30.5, and Vivian Lockhead was third in 21:44.8. In the Senior Masters women's run, it was Maria Redmond first in a time of 23:57.1. Zena Jones was second in 24:52.9, and Jenny Kelly was third in 26:39.5. In the women's 60-plus 3-mile run, Midge Oliver crossed the line first in a time of 32:12.83. In the boys' under-9 2-mile run, London Millen Robinson was first in a time of 13:56.2. Elijah Beam was second in 14:15.4. In the under-14 boys 3-mile run, Nicholas Pilgrim finished first in 18:02.9. Tommy Marshall was second in 18:24.8, and Nairobi Mills was third in 19:11.6. In the under-17 men's 3-mile race, it was Quincy Kuzak crossing the line first in 17:56.9. Isaiah Tucker was second in 18:07.0, and Ryan Otterbridge was third in 18:20.7. Shefton Hall won the open men's 3-mile run in a time of 27:08.7. Scott Neal won the Senior Masters men's 3-mile run in a time of 21:17.7. Sean Kelly was second in 21:41.0, and David Brown was third in 25:19.4. Michael Whaley won the men's 60-plus 3-mile run in a time of 28.9, and Robert Oliver finished second in 34:49.0. Stephen Allen and Rosanna Hoy are the 2016 Fidelity International Road Race male and female individual champions. Allen held off a challenge from Christopher Hans to clock a time of 17:22. Hans finished second in 17:29, and Quincy Kuzak finished third in 17:47. Hoy was the 10th runner to cross the line, stopping the clock in 19:28. Ashley Irby was the second female finisher and 13th overall with a time of 19:56, and one spot back was Gail Lindsay, the third female finisher, in a time of 20:01. James Stout, a former Male Athlete of the Year, is with his doubles partner, and they won their doubles match. Going on in the UK, they have a second round match in the US coming up shortly. Let's get the report on how he made out in the first leg. At the Queen's Club in London over the weekend, Bermuda's James Stout and his partner for the past 2 seasons, Jonathan Larkin, won the first leg of the World Rackets Doubles Title Challenge against current holders Alex Titchener-Barrett and Christian Portez. Stout and Larkin recorded a 4-1 win in the best-of-7 games with a score of 9-15, 15-8, 15-5, 15-5, 15-4. The match lasted some 2 hours long. At the Bassel Pool on Saturday, the Sharks Swim Club held a winter swim meet. We had some records broken, as well as Maddie Moore and Emma Harvey competing over in the UK for their respective schools. Let's get the report on the swim meet locally and how our 2 athletes made up overseas. The Sharks Swim Club winter meet took place at the Bassel Pool with 2 unofficial records set in early action, both by rising star Sam Williamson. Williamson smashed the 11-12 boys 100-meter breaststroke record of 1:17.01 set by Keegan Woolley on December 6, 2015 during the Winter Age Group Championships. Williamson stopped the clock with a personal best time of 1:13.66. Williamson then set a new 11-12 boys 50-meter breaststroke record, touching the wall in a time of 33.54, breaking his own record of 34.56 set back on April 23, 2016 during the Best of the Best third meet. Natalie Gazzard won the girls 10 and under 100-meter freestyle with a time of 1:18.10. Adriana Argent was second in 1:22.11, and Marley Howells was third in 1:28.16. Daniel Kuntz won the boys 10 and under 100-meter freestyle race, touching the wall in a time of 1:15.59. Harlan Watson-Brown was second in 1:20.50, and Finn Watson-Brown was third in 1:21.26. Meanwhile, Emma Harvey and Madeline Moore competed in the ASA Southwest Regional Swimming Championships over in the UK. Harvey took to the pool on day one, competing in the 15 years and under age group women's open 800-meter freestyle. Harvey finished sixth, stopping the clock in a time of 9:16.89. Harvey's teammate Rachel Anderson won the event in a time of 8:53.02. Harvey and Moore then took to the pool on day two, Harvey representing Millfield, while Moore was representing Plymouth Lender. Harvey won the silver medal during the women's open 50-meter backstroke final. Harvey's second place time was 29:22, while Moore clocked a time of 29:84 to finish sixth in the final. Moore then led the Plymouth Lender Women's Open 400-meter freestyle relay team, who were declared the winners with a time of 3:50.56. Earlier, Harvey had advanced to the women's 50-meter butterfly final after recording the fourth fastest preliminary time of 28:16, while Moore clocked a time of 29:54 to finish 24th, advancing to the finals as well in the 15 to 16 age group. During the women's 200 open meter backstroke preliminaries, Harvey clocked the 23rd fastest time of 2:22.66, and Harvey finished 11th during the women's open 200 meter butterfly with a time of 2:22.70. Moore finished 19th in the women's 100 meter freestyle, stopping the clock in a time of 57.60. Harvey recorded the second fastest time of 29:14 on her way to finishing second in the women's 50-meter breaststroke heats, while Moore finished fourth, clocking 29:47. Moore finished the women's 100-meter freestyle final in eighth with a time of 58:44.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association finally got some relief as their Fall Classic Championships finished at the WERJ Tennis Stadium on Friday night. This after several rainouts, and they had to delay their finals for the regular championship day. But they got them finished. The men's number one seeds were battling, and that was Gavin Manders and Sam Butler. Let's get the report on who became Bermuda's number one men's tennis player. The final day of the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association's Fall Championships took place at the WERJ Tennis Stadium on Friday evening. In a battle to see who would be crowned men's number one, saw Gavin Manders defeat Sam Butler in a men's final 6-4, 6-2. Manders came from 4-3 down in the first set to win the next 3 games and take the first set. Manders had another excellent year to be crowned the men's singles. Meanwhile, the match between Ashley Brooks and Shelly Medeiros was rained out, with Brooks named the women's number one player for the year. In the women's B singles final, Isabella Peckler defeated Medeiros in straight sets 6-4, 6-2. Bermuda have 10 new track coaches, Jay. This is to assist our young people in preparing them for future track meets, cross country, whatever. They took a 2-week course that was hosted by the Bermuda National Athletic Association, and the president, Donald Watson, couldn't be more pleased. Let's see how those 10 and who those 10 are from this report. You would recall last week we announced that the Bermuda National Athletics Association had 10 persons, coaches and teachers, spending 2 weeks taking the IAAF Level 1 course certification. Well, the Bermuda National Athletic Association President, Donald Watson, has announced that all 10 have passed. The 10 that have taken the course and have passed include Tamika Miranda, Wayne Bean, Monique Lugo, Danica Wade, Jerome Richards, Victoria Fiddick, Jenny Scott, Larry Marshall Jr., Kerry Maxwell, and Rohan Simons. The Arboretum on Sunday was the scene of the first mountain bike series racing. There's a lot of action going on over there. Plenty of bikes, plenty of people trying to get those early points out, Jay. But let's see how many are the winners of each division on Sunday. Matthew Oliveira continued his winning ways on a bike, albeit this time on a mountain bike, as the 2016 Flying Colors Mountain Bike Series got underway at the Arboretum on Sunday. Oliveira completed the 12-lap course, lapping the entire field in a time of 53:47.9. The new course at the Arboretum included a few new turns and an optional 2-foot drop off for riders who wanted to gain a vital second or two over their competition. Shaquan Richardson finished in second in 53:38.1, and rounding out the top 3 finishers was Adam Kurt, fresh off his B Division road season winning title, recording a time of 50:07.6. Alyssa Rouse stepped up to the plate and was the only female racer in the A Division, completing 9 laps in a time of 53:07.9. The males veteran division is looking to be the division to watch, with the 4 top riders finishing within 3 minutes of each other. Andrew Hearn took first place in 42:05.3, Charles Swart was second in 42:24.5, and Podrick Brown was third in 44:03.3. Female veterans Karen Smith and Sarah Burnett battled it out on the course, with Smith taking the top honors in 42:45.2, with Burnett finishing second in 43:40.1. The male B division saw Ravlin Minihan lap the field and finish first, recording a time of 42:28.9. Brian Stanoff was second in 40:17.6, and Jenny Robinson was third in 40:49.4. There were only 2 females racing in the B division, with Tristan Naraway taking the first place spot in 42:03.1, and Zena Jones finished second in 47:47.3. The top 3 places in the novice class were Gareth Fleming in first, Andrew Packwood in second, and Wendell Burrows in third. The slowly growing female novice division saw the win go to Wenda Roberts, Caitlin Conyers was second, and Belinda Castry was third. In the 13 to 15 division, Matt's younger brother, Blake Oliveira, took first place, with Tommy Marshall finishing second, and Liam Flannery finished in third. In women's division action at the National Sports Center, the Longtails got a hat-trick from Frida Kermode, while Rosie Simmons and Connie Betts added a goal each as the Longtails defeated the Sandpipers 5-1. The lone Sandpiper goal came off the stick of Maddie Barker. The Budgies picked up yet another win, this time defeating the Swallows 3-1. The Budgies got single goals from Cassia White, Giselle Smith, and Samantha Davis, while Mally O'Donnell scored the lone goal for the Swallows. In men's division action, Nathan Simons scored in the 10th minute to give the Pirates a 1-0 lead over the Spartans. The match finished 3-3. The weekend got started on Friday night in field hockey action as the Canaries defeated the Bluebirds 5-1. On Friday evening at Bernard Park, the Bermuda National Association held their second annual Youth Classic. Today, again, a sport that you grew up around. The youngsters that took part on Friday night were your age when you were running around there, but they were actually involved. We had 5, 6 schools taking part, but just to know that they're looking at the youngsters to get them involved at a young age, to become more physical in a particular sport. Your thoughts on the sport of netball and the fact that we have the youth basket going on?
Well, I think this is one of the things that the definitions of trying to get
West Pembroke were crowned the second annual Bermuda Netball Association Youth Netball Classic champions at the Bernard Park on Friday evening. West Pembroke was able to defeat West End Primary 7-5 in the final. In earlier action, West End defeated Victor Scott 8-2, while West Pembroke defeated Northlands 9-3. Francis Patton defeated Northlands 8-3, while West Pembroke defeated West End 11-5. West End defeated Northlands 11-3. The defender of the tournament was Chea Rudo from West Pembroke, while the attacker was Kenya Robinson from West End. Ramaya Brangman from West End was the tournament's MVP. A total of 206 points were scored in the latest Island Basketball League action. The opener saw the defending champions Flyboys defeat the Thundercats 65-48. Kareem O'Connor led the Flyboys with 21 points, while Chris Crumpler scored 14 points for the Thundercats. The second game of the night saw the Twisters defeat the Young Skyforce team 57-36. Sabre Bay scored 17 points for the Twisters, while the Skyforce were led by Christian Lalange with 15 points.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, a sport that you are no stranger to, the sport of bowling. The 10-pin championships took place at the Warwick Lanes on Saturday and Sunday, with U.S. player Mike Taylor emerging victorious. Let's get the report on how everything materialized over the weekend. The annual Bermuda 10-pin Open Classic came to an end at the Warwick Lanes on Sunday evening, with American Mike Taylor winning the event, defeating David Maycock in the final. Maycock had the best score going into the final, but Taylor, following his semifinal win over Jermaine De Silva, controlled the tempo in the final, defeating Maycock 225-211. Before the final, Taylor defeated Jermaine De Silva 229-190. De Silva had defeated LaVince Samuels 225-159, and De Silva had earlier defeated Lamar Richardson 192-169. On the opening day, David Maycock finished with the best score with 2,248 pins, while Taylor was second with 2,148 pins. Jermaine De Silva had 2,057 pins.
1991, she won the Queens. 1993, she won the U.S. Open. 2000, the Samstown Invitational. And in 2012, she was inducted into the USBC Hall of Fame. Jumped the year 2011. In more than 92 years of WIBC, USBC, and in all events totaled 9 games, she bowled the first 300, first 800. Ladies and gentlemen, Dee Dee Davidson. was going to say we were to wait for Zach to bring the rest of the prize money down. Dee Davidson, also a good friend of mine, and I was there when she won the Queens. Joe and I were there watch her, and she had us in the very front seat, so we watched her win that round.
Oh, God, I love her. Marge, you know, I've known this woman, well, probably not as long as y'all have, but it's been almost 30 years I've known her, and she's always been such a blessing to be around. She's always been very accommodating and always like rooting us on. And yes, when there was a tournament where I made a show, she was the front seat, making sure she got the best seat in the house. And I'm just glad to be back to Bermuda to welcome all y'all and wish y'all the best of luck with all the guys that made the cut this week. I may come out of retirement. You know, I'm gonna put you guys on a little pedestal. I'm not sure if I will or not, but I may. And but anyway, I was glad to be back. Great to see Dennis, and great to see Marge again. And I wish everybody the best of luck this week.
Thank you, Dee. I'm sorry for the delay, but winning diamonds for $1,200.
Are you ready, baby? I should hold it. You should hold it.
In the 11th place, Akeem Talbot, $1,250, $1,250. 10th place for 5 bins, $1,275.
The new national record for Bermuda. Boom.
Yeah, all three.
Ninth place, Carl Reed, $1,300.
Carl Reed. Oh, go down. Is that Carl
And in 8th place, TJ Doyle, $1,350. In 7th place, John York, $1,350. Sixth place, Damian Matthew, $1,400.
He's just take the money and run.
In 5th place, Lamar Richardson, $1,425.
He must have still selected.
Fourth place, Ruben Samuels, won $1,450. Third place, Jermaine De Silva, $1,500.
You were only 14 when I met you.
Second place, David Maycock, $1,700. This year's champion, Mike Taylor, first place, $3,100. He also gets his heavy trophy, crystal and gold.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, there you have it. Another Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.